Now we've got the base colour on, we want to start adding a little bit of colour to this image. And first off, we're going to start with the eyelids, as in putting eyeshadow on. So again, we're going to use a brush and choose a colour. And I think we want a sort of a bluey mauve type of colour. Let's choose something like that. And with this one, we're actually going to change the brush to actually go an overlay, so we can actually keep the colour. I'll show you how this works. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, let's get the brush a little bit smaller so we can be about the right size, which I can now go all over that area without too much of a problem. Opacity quite low because we're going to do several passes. About there, that'll do fine. Overlay. As you can see, if I just whack over here, it's colouring that area. And that's how it works. So just undo that, and now we'll be a bit more careful, and we're just going to come through here on the eyelashes like so, down to there, and that bit as well. And then as you go over, if you go over it again, the colour deepens. So we're working from one side to the other, but I'm not going to do this area here again, and I'm just going to keep going, giving the effect that the makeup artist has actually made it much darker on one side than the other. And that's about right. Looks good to me. Let's do the other eye. Again, being quite careful all the way to the front as we go through, like so. Coming from the back makes it darker and darker still, and a little bit darker. And I like it quite dark towards the end, so let's have a look at that effect. Yes, that looks quite good. Let's see how close I got to my image. I probably didn't choose the right colour, but there you are. Nope, I was a bit bluer on my colour, but you can see how to do that effect. Now I want to actually change the colour of the eyes themselves. So again, using the overlay technique, even less colour this time, down to about 10% or so. Get on the right layer, and we can actually make these eyes a completely different colour. So we're just going to blue these in, like so. I've already done this once, so it's on the next layer, so you'll be able to see the final result. But as you can see, that's made them quite a lot bluer, so if I zoom out, you can see the sort of effect you're actually getting. So you can do this on both eyes, getting them roughly the same, because otherwise you'll have an odd eye, especially on some people where they've got a green eye and a blue eye. You could actually have that effect if you wanted to. So there we go. That's that nearly complete. Just very quickly. That's that job done. And on my next layer you can see my final one was slightly bluer. And you could carry on until you got this nice blue colour. Next, I really want to whack in some definition under the eyelids, a bit of eyeliner, and also make these eyebrows look a lot darker. So we're going to do a little bit of work around here and under the eyelid itself. We're going to use the airbrush tool again, and we're going to choose a black colour over here. Again, opacity not too much, but at the same time we do want to whack some definition in there. So, getting on the right layer, we can now work our way along here, and because I've chosen overlay, it's actually going to fill in where these eyebrows are quite sparse. In actual fact, there's lots of gaps in between the hairs, so we're going to fill it in slightly like this, giving it a much thicker appearance. Again, we're going very quickly, so we're not actually doing this as accurately as I normally would, just for the purpose of this tutorial. And then, again, under the eye, running around here, gives the appearance of someone's put on eyeliner. And again here, all the way through, getting darker over here. So we can do this several times over this area, just to make that nice and dark, which is exactly what would happen if you were to be putting on mascara and eyeliner. And we'd do this on both eyes, of course, which I've already done on the next layer. As you can see, I've done a lot more than that on the next layer. There we go. And that's the sort of effect you're looking for. Well, we're not going to do an awful lot too much to this image now, apart from I think the eyes need a little bit of catch lights in them just to bring out a shine, like you've been photographed in a studio. So if we pick a white colour, and we can zoom right in on the eye, and where the catch light already is, we can actually increase that, and we need a little small brush here. And we can just dab, 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 like so. And on the other eye, there's actually a catch light sort of here. So if we come into this area and just do a little lightening, like so here. There we go. And the other eye. It's just increasing the catch lights that's already there, and making the eyes shine. There we go. That's probably enough. Yes, indeed. As you can see, if I was to turn that layer off, like so, you can see the catch lights actually do work very well. In actual fact, there's another little thing I've done with this, in the fact that if you look at the right hand side, you can see the pupil of the eye isn't quite in the centre, almost like she's very, very slightly cross-eyed, and I've actually moved it over slightly. So why don't I just show you how you can actually achieve that effect. So if we zoom in, as you can see, I want to move that very, very slightly to the right hand side. So I'm going to select a marquee area here on this layer so that I can move the eye, the iris itself. And you can actually do that very, very simply just by dragging it across very slightly here, deselecting. And if you wanted to really, really be pedantic, you could zoom right in and clean up this area here, which I have done on my final image, as you can see. So where we had the iris like so, we've actually moved it so it's in the centre, and it looks one hell of a lot better. And that's it. We're not going to do any more to this particular image, but you can actually see that on www.studiomax.co.uk as an animation actually on the homepage. Good luck to you all. Bye bye.